The Kansas City Chiefs have edged out Philadelphia Eagles team featuring two Australians to win the Super Bowl in Arizona. Jordan Mailata and Arryin Siposs looked headed for victory before the Chiefs fought back in the second half to win by 3 points. Joining me to talk all about the game and the Australian connections is Gridiron coach Paul Manera. Paul, thanks for joining us today. Firstly and most importantly, what did you think of the game?
Well, it was a fantastic game, and Philadelphia were slight favourites going into the game. It was full of action, a final score of 38-35, victory by Kansas City. There was certainly a lot of point scoring going on in the game today, so it was very exciting to watch.
And a controversial decision towards the end there that gave Kansas City the opportunity to win. What did you make of that? There's a lot of talk on social media about it.
Yeah, look, my personal opinion is I thought it was a little bit, a little bit overzealous call. I didn't think there was anything wrong with the actual play. So, but look, the referees, they call it how they see it, and they certainly didn't overrule their call, so they stuck with it.
Now, you have a bit of a unique connection to the Philadelphia Eagles. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so back in 2013, I went around the country doing back to basics clinics, teaching players the fundamentals of American football. And Matt Leo, who's currently on the practice squad for the Philadelphia Eagles, came up and approached me, and I saw this big guy, he's like 6'7", and he weighed about 245 pounds at the time, which is about 111 kilos. And he told me about his desire to want to go to America and play American football. And he was actually working as a plumber. And basically, so what I did is I gave him guidance and direction. I got him up into Sydney, put him through a combine, and then we, taught him some technique. And then we, put together a practice film for him. And I got him into a junior college in Western Arizona. And from there, he earned a scholarship. And then from there, he earned another scholarship to Iowa State. And then from there, he was picked up to go into the NFL International Pathway Program, which is what Jordan Mailata went through as well. And so from there, he's been with the Philadelphia Eagles now for 3 years, trying to get onto that final roster. And just an incredible journey. I think he was around 22 years of age when he actually approached me. So for him to still be playing the game now, around 8 years later, is just amazing. Or nearly 10 years later, I should say.
Yeah, and you mentioned Jordan Mailata there. He's come from a rugby league background. How difficult is it to make that transition? Of course, we see Australian rules footballers come in as punters usually, and I guess it's easier for them because they're essentially playing in a special teams unit and kicking the ball, but to be in quite a significant position like an offensive tackler, how difficult is it to come from rugby league into the NFL, into gridiron generally, I guess?
Look, it is very, very difficult. The good thing that Jordan had on his side was he has just, astronomical size. He's 6'8" and probably weighs around 150 to 160 kilos. And he could move really, really well. And they were so impressed with him that when they drafted him, instead of putting him onto their final into their practice squad, what they did is they put him onto the final roster straight away, even though they knew he wasn't ready, because if they didn't put him onto the final roster straight away, he would have got stolen by another team, would have picked him up. So they basically forgave a 53-man spot and basically went with 52 players plus Jordan. So basically, that gave Jordan time to do his apprenticeship. And even though it says he's been on the team for 3 years, he's actually been there a lot longer. I think he got drafted around 2016. And he stayed there for a few years and actually learnt how to play the game. So instead of going to college and learning his craft there, he actually got taught his whole craft while he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, and also a little bit before then with the International Pathway Program. Now, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, can anyone make it to an NFL team that's not a punter or kicker without playing college football, I would have said, no way. But Jordan, you proved me wrong, and you've done your country very, very proud, but you've also opened up so many other opportunities for so many other big Aussies out there that want to play in the NFL, and some of them are too big to play rugby. And but it's not just the big guys who can make it; the small guys can as well. You just have to know the game like anything else. So Jared Hayne proved that, and yeah. So
Joel
I think there's
Wilkinson
lots
as well.
of opportunity. Yes,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, we
So
hope.
look,
Sorry, Paul, you finished that?
yeah, no. So there's plenty of opportunities out there. That through Gridiron Australia and through all the academies out there that are popping up now around Australia. And it's just like anything, if you build it, they will come. I started helping kids back in 1992 when I got back from playing at the University of Hawaii. And with success breeds more success. So there's a bunch of people out there now helping Aussies to go overseas. You've got Pro Kick helping all the punters and kickers, but then you've got all these other academies popping up around the country. And there's more and more Aussies signing $250,000, scholarships to go to the USA, get the education of their choice, and then have an opportunity to go on and play in the NFL. So it's just a fantastic opportunity now for all Aussies.
Absolutely.
Wanting to, do something with their life. Like you get to play. You get all your accommodation, all your meals, all your education paid for. And some of those scholarships are worth $300,000.
Amazing. Yeah.
US, which is worth about $500,000 Australian.
It is extraordinary. Well, fingers crossed we see more Australians coming through the ranks and playing on the big stage like the Super Bowl. Thanks, Paul, for your time.
Definitely. And look, I'm sure you will.
Excellent. Paul Manera there.